Hey everybody, it's Jay Kitchen from jaysbeer.com. I hope you're doing really well today. We are doing another one of our remembrances or obituaries, whatever you want to call them. This is to the guitarist Duane Eddy, who passed, I believe, on April 30th at the age of 86. We're going to put on one of his tunes in the background. I'm going to read an obituary written by a gentleman named Richard Williams from the Guardian newspaper. Now, I've edited this somewhat. It's not quite as long. If you want the full obituary, I would check out theguardian.com. What I'm going to play in the background is a collaboration between Duane Eddy and The Art of Noise. This is his song. He wrote this song. It is the theme to Peter Gunn, which you may not know the name of, but you definitely will know the tune. So, for many reaching the state of teenagehood during the late 50s, For many reaching the state of teenagehood during the late 1950s, in the temporal space between Elvis and the Beatles, the throb of Duane Eddy's electric guitar, deep, dark, and above all twangy, represented the wordless evocation of American dreams, the expression of a yearning for blue jeans, neon lights, cotton candy, and cars with chrome fins. Eddy, who has died at age 86, exploited the popularity of instrumental music in that era to create a string of hits, which started in 1958 with Rebel-Rouser and went on to include Peter Gunn, Shazam, 40 Miles of Bad Road, and Because They're Young. Now, according to this writer, few did more to encourage a new generation to take up the guitar, not least because he made it sound simple. Unlike most guitar heroes, particularly those of subsequent eras, Eddy never indulged in exhibitions of speed or technical dexterity, yet the influence of his sound extended to Ennio Morricone's soundtracks for Sergio Leone's spaghetti westerns and Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run. By the time he made an album featuring guest stars in 1987, the admirers who queued up to take part included Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Steve Cropper, and Ry Cooder. Eddy was born in Corning, a small town in New York. His family ultimately moved to Arizona. He started playing guitar at age 5, and when he was 16, he formed a duo with his buddy Jimmy Del Bridge. While they were broadcasting at a local station, they met Lee Hazelwood, who became a country star in his own right later on, who produced them. He saw something in Eddy and took him under their wing. He traded in a Gibson Les Paul for a brand new Gretsch in 1957 for the pricely sum of about $385. And he and several studio musicians recorded 4 tunes for Hazelwood in a studio in Phoenix, I believe. Hazelwood had put Eddy in a 2,000-gallon water tank that was empty to get a lot of the reverb and whatnot. In the summer of 1959, Eddy's version of the theme to Peter Gunn, a popular TV detective show, transformed Henry Mancini's slinky melody into something distinctly menacing. The arrival of the Beatles in '63 shifted the emphasis back to songs and singers, and Eddy's hits were suddenly stalling in the lower reaches of the charts. But he was a pretty good-looking guy, and he landed a number of roles in various films, including Have Gun Will Travel, to which he created or wrote the theme, The Ballad of Paladin. He was in a movie called Because They're Young with Dick Clark and some other things. And then in 1986, the British art pop band, Art of Noise, they adapted his Peter Gunn, which we're listening to now. And it won the Grammy for that year's Best Rock Instrumental. He played on Foreigner's 95 hit Until the End of Time and on Hans Zimmer's soundtrack to the film Broken Arrow the following year. He's survived by his 3rd wife and 3 children, 5 grandchildren, and 9 great-grandchildren. Duane Eddy, guitarist, born 26 April 1938, died 30 April 2024. May your memory be a blessing. Cheers, everybody. We love you.